protests. I just wonder if these quote-unquote pro-democracy protests are really opening a door for radical elements to get into to more power and leadership opportunities in Egypt, which has been, you know, a pretty stable place as far as we're concerned.
It's a very worrisome possibility. And we don't want to make the mistake of assuming that the people that we see interviewed on television, especially American television, are representative of what's likely to be in the next government. And Jim cited some bad examples, but there are also plenty of good examples of these revolutionary street experiences that improve situations. I mean, you can look
not in the Muslim world.
You can, well, no, but the challenges are different in every single place. And it's one of the things that, frankly, is frustrating about democracy. And I'm not saying that's the argument here, but what do we do as a nation, and this is worth some soul searching, when the broad group of people in the country wants something that is very much against our interests and that produces forces into government that are very antithetical to the things that America needs to be concerned about. Because you're right, we're sentimentally and philosophically democratic. We believe that people should rule. On the other hand, sometimes we benefit from having, frankly, autocratic and violent and repressive governments in place. I mean, I don't want to defend Mubarak. I mean, they've done some pretty awful stuff. On the other hand, you're right, they've probably been more friendly to us than what's coming next. So it puts us in a difficult philosophical position, right? Because we do believe in democracy, and we believe that that's not just a political opinion, but something deep in our core soul beliefs. But do we only think that applies to Western nations? Do we only think that applies to countries like America? And what do we do? What do we do when it produces results that seem horrific? It's not an easy question.
I would make one point. We believe in democracy. We also believe in a small R republic, and then a small R republic includes balance of powers, minority rights, and so on. So there's majority. Again, Hamas and Hezbollah and the Muslim Brotherhood want to have an election once, so they win, and then their own record on civil rights and human rights is, shall we say, poor.
Sure.
And you know they're murdering Christians in places like Egypt and so on. Who knows what they do in the name of Islamic purification? So we want democracy, but we also want the rule of law and protection for minorities and of individual rights. And that is unclear to anybody in the Middle East.
You're absolutely right. And hopefully that if those governments get in and they behave in terrible ways, their citizens will rise again and use those same democratic levers to throw out the new bad guys. But boy, it's hard to welcome in the villain, though, even if we support the concept of democracy.